Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need it.
One drink? I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I want to say is sponsoring Dispose LLC. This is a garbage company doing great things. All you got to do is go to the website, see all the things we can do. Yeah. And you might see that if you call it, you might see me. I might be one of the people that actually come out. Well, I can't always say that, but I can tell you I will be one of the ones that's going to supervise and make sure everything goes right for you. I like to make sure I do customer service to the fullest. It's not just my driver's responsibility. It starts at the top, and I am that one that's going to be held reliable when it comes to Dispose. So all you got to do is find out by going to the website, Dispose LLC. All right, now I got to get back to this person rocking with me, coming in this bad boy each and every time with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Man, I'm doing fabulous, Jay.
Well, I still smiling.
Things are lovely and more lovely, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
We're going to have to shock the world with the person sitting next to Craft tonight. If you didn't understand, this is Buddha. Phil, how you doing tonight, big baby?
You know how it is, bro. Slow motion. You know how it is. Still pushing.
Okay.
Still pushing the program.
Yes,
now,
sir.
I know a lot of y'all ain't seen Phil in a long time. One of the things I can tell you, he's always been behind the scenes with us.
Yes.
Come with some great things. Always seem to be in our little chat, starting some things up. And if y'all didn't know about it, go to Bar Talk with Jay. We got a group. And one of the things I like to say, he's part of the group. He says a lot of crazy things. He got a nickname over here, but we're just going to stick with Buddha tonight. So Buddha gonna give it to you in a lot of different damn ways. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. How you doing, Smooth, Jay?
Man, one of the things I gotta tell you, man, I've been fighting a lot of different things, but happiness is one of the things I don't seem to fight no more.
Nice.
I'm starting to find out that you know something. The reason why you can stay within something is when you believe in something.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
believe and I prayed, and then I said, you know something, I ain't allowed this to happen because I was scared that he was gonna not give it to me, and he never told me he wouldn't do nothing for me.
Right.
It was my own fear.
Right.
So I had to stop allowing myself to push happiness out and thinking that I have to do all this, and then he would just bring it to me, and I never took it from you. Sometimes you got to take ownership of your own mistakes, and that one's I own, you know, because he ain't never told me to be a behind hole. He ain't never told me I had to do it this way. He gave me options.
Yes.
And my options put me in that category from past behavior, from things I went through, and then I started realizing I ain't want to be that person.
There you go.
And it takes you to realize what you do to change you.
That's powerful. That's powerful, Jay. A great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
We got Buddha in the house tonight.
Yes,
and we are here to simply liberate your minds and souls with a fantastic dialogue. Tonight's topic, very interesting topic. Your ex will have a whole new relationship and still be mad at you for doing you. How are exes still affecting your life? That's basically what we want to talk about tonight. And
Let your haters be your motivators.
yeah. If you live in a small town or you got a bunch of exes, you probably are dealing with this situation, right? So we want you folks to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Listen to our opinion stories and figure out what's your opinion. You know, what are you getting out of this? What decisions are you going to make for your life as a result of hearing Bar Talk with Jay tonight? We want it to be somewhat therapeutic, and it always turns out to be that way. Just stay tuned, and we're going to have a lot of fun, by the way, as well.
Yes.
We always start the show off with a prayer, and I got a nice prayer lined up for us tonight.
Okay.
Tonight we want to focus on health and healing.
Oh, yeah.
And so, Heavenly Father, we just turn this whole night over to you, and And
respect to the good Lord.
yes, and we just want to thank you, Lord, for all that you are in our lives, day to day, day in and day out. We ask, Heavenly Father, tonight that you would increase us and expand us in the spirit of healing. That you would allow us to be rich in vitality, Heavenly Father. That you would give us effective behaviors to take care of ourselves, whatever that may mean. That you'll allow us, Lord, to feel beautiful and to be beautiful every single day. No matter what size we are right now, we accept ourselves as we are. I'm asking for self-healing and self-acceptance right now, Heavenly Father. Self-love. Allow us to appreciate and to know and to understand ourselves. Give us healing breakthroughs. If something may be coming on in the coming days, give us a knowledge that it may be coming, Lord, so we can start to ward it off, or we can get the doctor's appointments done and things to happen. But don't let us be blindsided by things and issues of health, Heavenly Father. We ask, Father, that our health issues be totally resolved. Give us an energetic body. Allow us to do well and feel well. We want quality living, and we claim health to be alive and thriving. We ask, Father, that you would be here tonight in this show. Do your good and perfect work. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Woo, yes.
Man.
I love that one.
Some energetic bodies, man. We need to be healed, right?
Yeah, you need to pass that on to them exes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause
That prayer is for the exes.
yeah, cause they ain't healed if they mad at you, cause you
move
living
on.
your best life.
They ain't healed if they mad at you. That
at all.
that's-
Feel whoever they dating.
Yeah.
That relationship is doomed.
That is for damn show. That's for damn show. So what's going on in your life, man? What y'all want to chop it up about tonight? We got to give the people some love here for a few minutes. What's on your mind, Jay?
Man, you know something? I have to tell y'all, driving around the city and watching a lot of different things. I don't know if I need to do my own little trash talk because I deal with the garbage industry. But there's some things that I really want some people to know that's out there. And again, it's etiquette of driving. If you see a big truck, give it space and time. Okay? And the reason I'm telling y'all this is, a truck takes longer to stop. And then y'all keep hearing about, well, you getting this wreck, you can get paid. Most people to get paid $1 million settlements out of these trucking companies is either messed up for life or dead. Don't let $100,000 make you $100 fool. Them trucks are not to be played with. Okay? Don't ride on the side of them. A blowout can happen.
Yeah.
It will flip. It will knock out your window. A driver will have nothing to do with it. It could be a recap. It can be different things. We need to give that space and time and let them allow to do their things. Also, if you see them breaking down there on the side of the road, don't just keep looking at them. That's why they put flares out. You hit the back of that truck, it's solid steel. I promise you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
These are some different small things that the big truck people are trying to deal with. They're out there trying to be safe as possible. And then the cars getting on these on-ramps. Do you understand that's an acceleration lane? That means you don't just accelerate to 60 miles an hour as the speed limit. If I'm doing 60 in my truck, I need you to go a little faster because you can accelerate faster than I can.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to slow down, and then I got everything behind me. So I need y'all to accelerate properly because that's what it is. It's acceleration lane. You have to properly merge.
Yeah.
So you expect the truck to swerve over for your little car. If he swerve and flip, he can take out 3 or 4 because of your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So if he stay in his lane and you go into a guardrail, you saying he's reckless. No, you are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go behind driving. And I hate to say, I don't know where y'all got y'all license from, but the ones that got the fast cars and driving responsibly, I praise you. Do not give it to a person that can't handle that power because all they're going to do is come flying around and they don't understand. When they lose it, it takes other people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We having a lot of unforeseen accidents, overpowered speed, and then just ignorance.
Yeah.
And I really like to say Atlanta's too damn crowded for this. So I have to bring it to people's attention because I care.
Yeah, and I love the message. The big message is try to stay out of the way of these big trucks, right? And they are so important to our world. They are so important to our economy. And when trucks are in accidents, it makes huge messes. And people get killed, et cetera, et cetera. So stay away from the trucks, If you got a truck trying to get in the lane, let him in the lane. flashing lights at him, give him some space, and let him get in. Be a little more courteous to this constituency of drivers because they are really making a difference. And they live on the road. Yes. They know the road much better than most people. And so, just that's word to the wise. That's good stuff, Jay.
To the defense of all the car drivers, regular car drivers, you got a big truck that's driving aggressively and driving erratically. Please, if you can, safely get the DOT number on the side of the truck and then call it in and report it. I'm saying it because I'm an owner. And one thing I don't need is I don't need a driver out there acting reckless at any point, at any time. I care about the public. I'm not trying to hire nobody like that. I don't know if he's going through something, but he will be removed from that truck as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I believe in safety.
Yes.
So, but if you give me these reports, it ain't going to pile up long before I realize the problem could be with that person.
Right.
But again, you being reckless, he ain't going to be able to get all that from you. He might maybe get a tag, but you're going to be too quick for he can get anything. Mm-hmm. So my whole thing is when you see a big truck, you can get a lot of information off the side of that truck to get that person in a position where they got to answer. My whole thing is don't play with nobody's livelihood and reporting people just because you having a bad day. Understand reckless. If they got to get over real quick, that's because somebody else doing some things.
That's good. Jim.
I'm just talking about the ones that drives aggressively, riding your behind, knowing that's a big truck.
Yeah.
They need to slow it down. And to all my truckers, I'm trying to give respect across the board. So please don't get in my DM talking about this, that, the other. I'm just trying to get it where we stay safe.
We break? Okay. All right. That's excellent. Excellent, Jay. Being safe, staying out of the way of those trucks, and what more can be said than that? We see a lot of accidents living here in Atlanta, Georgia. There's 6.5, 7 million people here, and so we have real rush hour and we have real traffic jams, and so this is word to the wise for all of my fellow citizens here in town. Stay away from the trucks, man. Let them do their thing. They getting the product right to your store so you can buy it, and don't impede that process.
Thank you.
Now.
Then it makes it so much harder on tow truck drivers. That means we gotta work twice as hard just to pick up the car.
just to pick up the car, huh? Yeah. What about life, man?
Life is beautiful.
Whoo. Life can be beautiful,
and it can be a struggle.
Is beautiful.
Life is beautiful, and people can make it difficult.
I concur.
And when I say that is everybody won't see things how you want to see things, so everybody got their own points of view.
Yes, sir.
So you're fighting to be in position, and this is people that got drive and purpose. I'm talking about because there's a lot of lost people, and they just follow
a lot of lost people.
Thing.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about the ones that got drive and purpose. It's very difficult for you guys, and I'm with you to have a vision and then to see it through, and then nobody really want to see your vision, and then they got these smart comments, how your little thing going, this, that, the other. It's very difficult to keep hearing all these pot shots when you're trying to make strides. Only thing I can tell you is take the higher road. Try and ignore them. I tell Kraft all the time, I have a difficulty with that sometimes because I really feel like I'm not asking you to give money. I'm not asking you for a GoFundMe. I'm not asking you to pay my bills. I'm trying to do some things, and then you ain't even taking the time to share or do anything, and then you wonder why I get an attitude. It's because I put it out here from the goodness of my heart with knowing I got to sow a seed. So everybody wondering about the money. I'm sowing a seed. I got to understand I got the right thing in this seed for where it's going to grow. And all you looking for how much money I'm going to get for what you can get out of me. So I get offended because I'm still working on that seed. Did you hear all of what I said? I'm planting. This is this time I'm planting. But you already looking for that harvest. You out there faster than me. You quick to want to know where you can go get your next meal from instead of doing some harvesting and planting yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to come take from your tree because I don't got nothing to put down because you ain't trying to.
Right.
Them the ones I'm having difficulty with, Kraft, because there's no motivation in you but to take from me. Mm-hmm. This is where real haters are. I hate that.
There's a lot of that going on, man.
That's not good.
There's a lot of that going on.
I'm not trying to take from you. Right. I'm constantly battling, trying to plant my seed, do my work, and then you constantly over here picking with me because you ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah,
I promise you, I got 2 businesses. I run them the best of my ability. That third one is you minding your own damn. or getting your own.
Right.
If we all start doing this, I promise you, you'll spend less time worried about me. And you will have that one that you try to do, you will have it off the ground. But as long as you over here hating on me and in mine, you will never achieve yours.
There's a lot of haters in the world, and they probably a good thing because they keep us on the road to our purpose and mission and goals in life. I think the world just needs haters sometimes, and maybe it's to toughen our skin, or maybe it's for us to get ready for some of the rejection that it takes in order to create big success. But they exist, and they're never going away, and we just have to overcome them. You know what I mean? I've sifted through my all the people in my world. I've sifted through them, and those people who aren't on my mission, I've kind of let go. Right? Those people who are supporting me and on my mission and excited about what I'm trying to get done, I'm leaning on them. You know what I'm saying? Those are my friends. Those are the people who I cry on their shoulder if something ain't going right or whatever. But I have sifted through the haters, and I'm not affected by them anymore, man. We got big things to do in the world, and we ain't got time to be held back by nonsense. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So we're going to go ahead and get ready for our first break. The title of tonight's show: Your ex will have a whole new relationship and still be mad at you for doing you. How is that possible? We're going to figure it out when we get back. You folks stay tuned. Hope you're enjoying the show. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I love our breaks. I love our breaks.
Yeah, man. I love that first session. We always get in, just some good wisdom that's just be flowing there. I love that,
But go ahead and hit them, bro.
Okay.
It's time to go in.
So here's the story, folks. Your ex will have a whole new relationship and still be mad at you for doing you. Mm-hmm. How is that possible, Jay?
All right. The only thing I can tell you, this is me. I'm talking on a personal level of mine. I can't tell you when it comes to others, because most people say, I ain't thinking about him. You're going to think about what really touched your life. And when you meet somebody that's real and genuine, and he's really doing the shit he say he going to do, that means the person is doing his drive. He spoke these words into existence. You ain't going to forget him. That other person you went with, because you gave up on him and you got this other person, and you mad because you still see him striving. That person already had happiness. You wanted to add to it. You wanted to be happy with him. And then all of a sudden, y'all went your own way. And now he's still striving with other people, and he's still doing his thing. Please understand, that just lets you know what real success is really about. It ain't just about you. Can you add value to? Can you stick through the storm? Have people be like, yeah, he still ain't this, he ain't that. That's because they still hating, because they still hurting. Get healed. Okay? Right. Because the person is still moving. He got healed, but he's healing. Because again, I can make moves without you, and I still can feel for you. I don't like wasting time with anybody and then realizing it was just a waste of time.
Right.
I just know I'm going to invest the best I can with time I can with a person that's showing the best of me, so I can make a sound decision of what I want to do.
Right.
So again, as I invest, I'm sowing seeds. I'm trying to see that harvest within you to see if it could be something more, and if it don't, I don't feel like it's a wasted crop. Somebody else is going to harvest from which you already see I planted. It ain't just the better for me to you. You need to be a better person. All that ain't what I meet. And half the people I meet, they come negative, they talk crazy, but the bottom line is I don't have to meet them there. I'm like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Next thing I know, I'm having conversations that they ain't talking that crazy way no more because they're getting into me. Now, once they get away from me, I hope they realize that, and they don't take that negative that they had before me into another one. They can realize, he was at least truthful about what he said. Mm-hmm. He said he was going to do this, and he did it. And that way you'll start seeing that in other people. Yeah. So now I meet somebody, and he ain't doing none of the things he say. Well, you already know that you might need to make some decision makers early on.
Right.
And that's what I hope I bring to a different situation. But I know on the upfront, it could be looked at as, oh, yeah, I'm mad. Because I'm not with him.
Yeah.
Because it didn't work.
And listen, the first thing that came to my mind is if I'm mad at somebody, my ex, doing her, I probably still got some feelings there.
You do, and that's okay.
Right.
And I'm gonna say it's okay. I'm gonna tell you why. If you spend some time with somebody and then you get out of a relationship and you say you don't, then don't call me and don't lie to me. You need to go to a therapist because either you cold-hearted as hell or you just full of shit. I don't know which one. You need to figure that out. But when I can tell you, you're gonna have some feelings. You just want to push away from them. That person is no longer wanting to be with you. Y'all dissolved it. So naturally, it's gonna be a healing process.
I never understood. I never really understood haterism.
Well, haterism comes from when I don't want to let go, but I let go. Haterism is I know you was good, but we broke up, but I want you back, and I'm willing to mess up whatever you have to have you back. That's haterism. That means you are taking all this negative and thinking a positive gonna come from it. You wasn't doing nothing positive in the damn relationship when you was with them, and then all of a sudden you lose them, and you feel like you can do all these great things to show them how much you really should have been there for them. All I can tell you is I met a lot of different people in my life. Some of them I ain't gonna even throw no names because I ain't gonna hate on the show like this, but I hope they're listening. They leave and then they want to come back talking about, you really was the best thing for me. No, I was the best thing, period. Yeah, that's right. I'm letting my ego talk right now. I was the best thing, period. And I'll let my ego talk because I ain't just do right by you. I try to do right by everybody. So now I'm trying to do right, and then you notice after you left me, you know what I'm saying? And I kept it going, and then all of a sudden you done went out with other people, and they treated you like crap. Now I was saying, yeah, you was the best thing for me. I wish I could just have you back. Why would I want back who didn't really want me? That's why I take the time to give you an opportunity to show me, and that it didn't work. You was better off just staying over there and staying in your lane because you let me know. And that's the best thing about dating. Sometimes you need to pay attention to who ain't there for you. But you want to be there for me because you see where I'm going. You only see where I'm going now because I told you, I showed you.
Yes.
You ain't willing to put the work in, but you'll ride on my coattail because you ain't willing to do, and you can make great money. See, you chasing the wrong thing. I'm planting seeds and you chasing money. Yeah. It's kind of hard to be with that and they ain't adding nothing. And that's what they say, adding value. Well, you're not showing no worth. You ain't even helping me water. How many people you telling about what I'm doing? Help me water the seed that I planted, and all you gotta do is add some water. You can't do that because you're too busy spending money and thinking about where we can be at compared to what we sowing. Because you're on two different levels. Yep. Your levels ain't about money, it's about instilling great work for I have value. Money is close to you. It ain't what you chasing. It's close to you. That's how you're gonna be blessed. But everybody want to chase because somebody doing this and somebody doing that, and you away from what he's giving you. He's showing you, and you ain't looking. You ain't asking. You just know because somebody else told you. Okay. Somebody paying $25, $30 an hour. That don't even mean you qualified or you can do it. You just know that sounds like a lot of money because you ain't making it. What about you perfect your craft where you already at? It's a lot of money there too. Ain't nobody really told you because you ain't perfect this shit, so you can't see it. But there's somebody above you, and they did that. You ain't trying to look for a mentor. You too busy looking for a handout. When you want it, and you taught me this best, I was around great people, and I wanted to take him and his wife out for I can get next to that excellence. That's putting in work and showing respect. Not sitting there talking about it. I guess one day it'd be my luck. Well, luck is just what that is. Your luck of the draw, because there's no work. Okay. Are you trying to mentor? Are you getting next to a person to mentor you? That helps you on that next level. Every great person also got taught along the way. Everybody don't do it always alone, but a lot of people feel like they can do it all by themselves. And I really feel like in this world, it really is nice when you're able to get next to people that you can trust and build something with, because at that point, it's more people can go through failures or mistakes, and they ain't gonna look at it that way because they next to a person that's striving. So I know to get back up. What I just didn't work, but I'm next to Kraft, and I know Kraft he doing this. I'm not gonna sit here and cry to Kraft. I'm gonna get back up because Kraft don't want to see me down. Because you don't have to motivate me because you motivate me through your work. it's kind of hard to do it when I see you just sitting on the couch.
Yeah, you can't.
It's
You can't.
less
So what's your take on it, Phil? Your ex in a whole new relationship, but they still mad at you for doing you. What you got to say on that?
Don't be mad at me because I told you, and now you hating on my shine. I told you what my plan was. I told you what I was gonna do. You ain't believe me? Don't get mad because you wanted to be a seasonal person, and now you realize that you missed a chance to be a lifetime person, and you missed out on your blessing.
Yeah, and listen, the first thing that come to my mind when I hear that scenario is, y'all was kind of shooting bad, but y'all was shooting bad together. Now that you're divorced, and he done come up, he ain't staying in the same neighborhood. He ain't driving the same car. He ain't got the same friends. He ain't flying on the same airline. Preach. And then all of a sudden, now listen, we've all seen this happen, right? All of a sudden, you don't want the kids to travel with me this weekend. No, I can't take them out of town now. When we was broke as hell.
You take all time.
Yeah. But now I got a little money and I can get right and I can get with a program. See, that it goes back to that haterism thing, right? You know, you nobody should be in a relationship looking back at what their ex is doing. Nobody should be managing a relationship to the degree that they gotta still keep their hand in what their ex or their baby daddy doing or their baby mama doing, right? Oh, my kid's over there. Well, she can't, they can't do that or they can't do this, You really holding on to the front and the back, and you're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble because it just don't work out. You're divided against yourself at that point, right? We see so much haterism in divorce. I mean, you can really see it, and we're talking about these two people fighting it out, literally just hating on one another.
It's more or less just one doing that.
One. So it's only one. And is that
9 times out of 10?
Is that competition or is that I just don't want to see you do well? I want to see you broke and I want to see you without.
No, that's the mentality. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody else to have you.
Oh, that's hater as
I mean, finest. That's just like I don't know what it is. It's control. It's power. Because I mean,
that makes them look less than if you got somebody else.
This is true. In high school, I'll never forget it. Freshman year, one of the baddest girls in our high school was dating everybody knew he was a drug dealer, but I mean, when I tell you bad for high school, bad,
yeah,
bad,
got it.
And he fell in love and this whole controlling thing, and he walked up to a point blank range and told her, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. Pow, blew her brains out.
Golly.
Yep.
Like that, huh?
Yeah. And you have some people out there
that's sickness though, right?
Don't want or just don't want to see you do well or be with somebody else, and I mean that's control. I mean some people just want to control everything.
Is the insinuation that you being happy with somebody else meant that they were bad people?
Yeah, I think that's what it says, or or the fact that they feel that if you're not with them, that they're the pinnacle. Like, you can't do better than me. And when you make that switch and be like, that's what you thought. So,
yeah.
No, I don't even think it shows the inferiority in them. You know what I'm saying? They really it's coming out of them that
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, that they're not better.
Exactly.
They're inferior. They're
totally
and they're
agree.
actually playing out their weaknesses.
Well, that's why they take out the other person. They know that person know that without them they'll never be whole.
Yeah.
You know, the saddest thing is like for that I ain't gonna even mention he was a drug dealer.
Yeah.
That person to take the other life, he already knew he didn't have one.
Right.
You got to think about how dark
Like-
he is to know I'm about to take out the love of my life because she knows without her I'll never be complete.
Anything. Yeah.
So
and
I would rather her go regardless of whatever happened to me because I have no more life. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? He was probably saying all along, how did I get this fine girl? You know what, boy, I'm you know what I'm saying, wow. Her being in my life make me look like a superstar.
Yeah.
And her not being in my life may bring the reality out.
I like 8s and 9s. I don't want no 10.
Oh yeah.
Because 10 got you going through all that just too damn much.
Yeah.
Just keep me with
10,
good 8,
yeah.
good 8, graces.
I go 07, 8.
I'm good, bro. That 10,
Yeah.
it's just too much behind that. If I'm going to, I ain't trying to take my life or nobody else's because of the fact that it ain't going to work. I feel like that's too much. That's too much. I don't want that.
I mean, the reality is that you and we, fellas, we say this all the time, and no punt, ladies, but we always say, show me the finest chick in the world and I'll show you a guy tired of messing with her. Right? And
That's
so
a true statement.
yeah. You know, everybody's got
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways. Absolutely it does. But you know, I'm not gonna hate on when I'm done with somebody, I'm done
That's
with them.
it.
Right?
Bye.
I don't need to be thinking about what they doing, where they going, what they driving, the life they living, what they're thinking about me, or do they ever think about us? And you know, women love that emotional side of things. You ever think about me? you ever talk to an ex and she's like, well, you ever think about me? You ever think about us?
For what?
Like, hell no. I don't think about
Nah,
you.
I would say I was not that cold. I've had that conversation a lot. Like,
What?
well, did you ever think about how it could be if we was together?
Nope.
In my head, yeah, it was no. I didn't because once we're done, I don't stalk. I'm not following. But I'm not defriending. I'm not blocking. I ain't got none of that. I really don't got no hatred for a person that didn't work out. I really don't got time. Not unless you really evil towards me.
Yeah.
If you making it seem like I did something to you and I did some foul stuff, then okay, at this point I know to leave you alone. So at that, I'm still not blocking, but I know not to do anything around this person because they still got hostility.
You're gonna create space.
Right, exactly. And that space is necessary because I want that person to heal for she don't feel that way about me later because I hope I put enough seeds and good stuff in there that she'll say, you know something, even though he did this, he did this also.
Right.
But at the time of hurt, ain't nobody thinking that way.
Right.
And that stuff is going to come out immediately. So I try my best to reflect the negative and say, you know something, very little. Because I said if I add negative to negative, we're going to be at war and it's not necessary. So I'll be like, yo, I'm going to say very little, keep it moving. And then later on, that person comes back. I remember them hateful words you said at that time. And then, you know, I just said that because I was hurting. But it would have been nice if you would at least came and checked on me. How you gonna cuss me out, put me down, and then tell me to come check on you?
Right.
I don't know what the hell are you on.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you now.
People say stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that because it contradicts the experience I'm going through. I'm trying to heal. You can't heal chasing after a person trying to please them when they don't want you.
There you go.
Don't
Let's
make
take our next break, our final break of the show, and so we'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
Man, this is a hot, heated discussion that I gotta admit, it can get you in your feelings quick. But go on here, Kraft. Give it to me again, because I got to give you one that's going to be about me this time around.
Okay, all right. So what we're talking about tonight is your ex will have a whole new relationship. And still be mad at you for doing you.
Now, what I'm about to say is going to be from my
Jay.
point of view.
That make me think of the song. I bet your girl can't do it like me.
Now, you said that right when I'm about to tell what I'm about to say. You really about to give me a trouble. So I'm going to stop that and go back with it. It brings me back to when I got divorced. And in my divorce, and I got divorced, I had a hatred at that time for my ex-wife.
I remember.
My hatred was not really because of her. My hatred is because I failed. When you get divorced, there's no more. Okay. And it was hard for me to deal with the fact that I married somebody and I took an oath forever and it did not work for more than one reason. I blame her at the time. Don't get me wrong. At that time, it was all because of her.
Yeah.
I knew I did some things. And I know I had a lot to do with the divorce. But to save face while I'm dark in a place where I'm asking the Lord for this help, he also made me reveal my faults. And that's even darker. Yeah. I'm already hating her for leaving me. She forsake me. You know, Lord, you need to cast her down.
Yeah.
And whoa, son.
Well,
before I cast her, I might need to cast you as well.
Yeah.
So when you start wishing and praying for some hatred stuff, please understand you praying to the highest of the high. Yeah. For the lowest of the low. And that's where you at. But you want the worst to happen to them. But understand where you at, and it's for a reason. I had to humble myself. Yeah. And that right there hurts. When I tell you there's nothing she could ever do to make me hurt like that, and that's an inner hurt. I couldn't talk to nobody. I couldn't say nothing. Nobody I can preach to, talk to, could help me at that. I was at my lowest low. Yeah. And he still shined light on me. Now, once that light shined, and I realized I had some bad seeds I sowed. Yeah. I had to make some change. Yeah. And then them changes happened, I couldn't look at her the same. Right. I couldn't look at her with a hateful eye. I had to start looking at her as the loving eye that she had me at one time. Yeah. So it started changing in me. So she started seeing a different person in me, but it wasn't for me just to get her back. See, I think that's where people shift and go wrong. You don't do it. You do it to be a better person. Right.
Yeah, a better you.
Don't make her pain be somebody else's when you don't see your shame. Right. Yeah. That shame was for my badass decisions, but I blamed. And it's easy to blame because it was just one-on-one. And I'm telling the story how I want to, but that ain't how it was. That's why you ain't going to change. So when I started realizing I did these things and I had to be a better person in making these changes, it made me not be a hater. So the same person, I did it too. I hate it. Yeah. Okay? If you say you hate, you are a hater. Because you're taking a love into a hate. Because most people you hate is the people you love. Because they did something to hurt you. Yeah. You know, and that's where that comes from.
And let me just kind of piggyback on what you're saying there, Jay. Especially in a marriage. Especially in a marriage. But there's a lot of relationships. You've been with somebody a year or two. You love that person. Right. And you may not vow forever to be with them. And for those who did vow forever to be with them, all of a sudden in the divorce, you find yourself hating this person. Yeah. You find yourself utterly disgusted at the person who you originally vowed. Now, change is going to happen, but
it's inevitable.
But you really are not even going to be able to move on with a new relationship or to move on with your life hating your ex. And because, you know, you can't move on.
Bro, people do it all the time.
No, they try.
Ain't wise. They don't try. That's why hurt people.
Yeah, they try.
Exactly.
I promise you, they get into it, and then the people that sense it and been through anything, sense it quickly, and they normally get out. Yeah. And they don't even tell you need to get out. They get the hell away from you.
They just
hurt people. Yeah. Because they don't even know how wounded they are. They don't want, they
right.
masking because,
That's right.
again, it's an inner hurt. And guess what? I went through, again, it took me time for this, you know, and I dated some people along the way.
Yeah.
And I was in monogamous relationships where I wasn't cheating.
Right.
And I was with them.
Right.
And it wasn't working because I was dark. They could never fulfill anything.
Yeah.
They was like, why ain't you happy? I wasn't happy with myself.
Right.
So I cheated them out of a relationship. It could have possibly worked. It's hard for anything to work when I don't see it.
Right.
And that's where I'm saying that darkness. And if anybody get there, please find
Yeah.
a way to get out of it because you will be hurting a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And they can't do shit to help you.
That's so
Yeah,
powerful,
help
Jake.
yourself.
But the thing about hurt people is it's easy to point out anybody else's indiscretions, their transgressions, because it's hard. It's just like Michael Jackson said. Sometimes you got to look at the man in the mirror or the woman in the mirror. People want to look.
They don't do that though.
No, they want to look at themselves in the mirror for vanity, but they don't want to look in the mirror to look inside.
And who they really are.
Exactly.
And what they really did.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, people don't. And listen,
just like Jay said, it hurt.
if you're going through a divorce, I'm just trying to set this up. You're going through a divorce with somebody,
Don't break up.
and you hating them, but you are unwilling to look in the mirror, you will never heal. You can never. That's not anything you can ever really get over. You know, because at a certain point in the mirror, if you do nothing more than say, I can get better. I can get over this. I can move on. If you do nothing more than say that. But if you in the mirror saying, I hate that so-and-so and so-and-so, they messed up my life and they did, you hear all those words, you're blaming somebody else for your
faults.
current happiness and perhaps for your faults. That's exactly right. And you're never going to get healed doing that.
Let me tell you. I can't tell you after my divorce that everything worked out and I never hurt anybody like that. But I can say ever since I realized the hatred and the hurt that I had and I changed my way,
Yeah.
there's no one that ever came back to me and said I hurt them like that.
Yeah.
Like I hurt it myself.
Right.
And my whole thing is when you change your ways, the people say you hurt me by leaving. That hurt ain't shit compared to what I went through.
Exactly.
I'm saying when you know a person is being more true, more real, and being there and driven and drive. See, these are the things that I have at a young age with this person. And we grew together. I don't have enough time on earth to spend that kind of time with somebody else to show them. So now it's a snippet. But I know I'm not wasting no more time on my passion, my words, and my dreams, okay? Now, she gets a pass because we grew together, okay? Everybody else get a snippet because I have to make decisions quickly off the now. I'm not GPSing and I ain't going back as a child. Somebody used to always, if you had this knowledge and you was a child, God didn't give it to me then because he knew I couldn't handle it. Now that I can handle it, I still got to make the best decisions now. I ain't make great decisions then. So the best thing to do is understand it now and start using wisdom.
Yeah. And let me tell you what wisdom looks like, especially in a divorce or a breakup or a separation. When you get to a point that you can look at the person you broke up with or the person who broke your heart, you can look at them with unconditional love. That is when you know you are healed. When you can look at them and say, hey, I don't love them no more, but I kind of love them like a brother or like a sister. I don't want no bad to come to them. If they get in some trouble, I can, I might be able to offer them some advice, or maybe even I trust them enough with money to help them out with this, that, and the other. But when you're harboring anger and frustrations and you're harboring hatred, when it's hurting nobody but you. It's not hurting the person who you are mad at. It's only bringing you down.
Yes, sir.
And so
I agree.
And so,
But I have a problem with thinking about her like a brother. The way I did that ass. The much as I was in there.
Yeah, but
I ain't looking at her like no
but
sister.
you
I'm
ain't
telling you that.
even thinking about that no more after
I
you
ain't,
got rid of it.
I'm just telling you
You
what
were like,
you
well, you know.
You ain't like I forgot either.
Yeah.
I was up in there for a minute.
Yeah, you ain't thinking about that.
I ain't thinking I don't got to.
Nah,
but it ain't like I ain't left an impression.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't care to put it like this. I'm not gonna be naive and say this, that, or the other. I'm just saying I spent a lot of time with this person that I'm not gonna just sit here and say I treat her just like a regular friend. I got love and compassion because we shared so much, not just the kids. And we had a friendship. We had a love affair. We had a lot of different things. I'm not gonna act like I don't remember it. That's crazy. Yeah. I am saying I don't go back and harvest her over it, but I know it was there. So I already know she meant a lot to me. Because a lot of people like to say, I ain't gonna say that because it's gonna. Let me tell you something.
Now you're operating in unconditional love.
I'm unconditional because my condition was she gave me unconditional love. We just went apart and we went astray. But one thing she gave me early on, she gave that to me. She was seeing something to me when I was a kid. I ain't showed none of this shit, this drive that I got now. She was there, and I have to remember that. So instead of remembering all the times we did this, no, I remember the time she was there, and I asked her later on, what did you see in me? She said, I knew you was going to be something when we was in high school. Now, you don't always get that dating somebody in today's time because they don't even know your ass back then. So it's nice to be able to ask somebody that ain't with you now and still ask you, what did you see in me? And they can still tell you they seen something in you before you ever become whatever you're going to be.
And you know what?
And that's greatness.
Yeah, that can be somewhat a part of the healing process. If you go back and you look at that person with, why did I fall in love with that person in the first place? Yeah. What was I attracted about that person in the first place? And then I think what ultimately happens, a natural manifestation, is as you start thinking about the value they brought in the game early, you'll start to lessen some of all this nonsense.
There you go.
Yeah.
You'll be like, you know what? They're really a great person. You know, I remember when we used to laugh together. She was there when I went through my sickness. She always took care of my this and took care of my
your
that.
hurts go away.
Yeah.
Your hurts
So
go
now,
away when you
now
start
you
recalling.
don't hate.
Right.
Yeah,
You go back to loving, not the same way that you had before. It's just the loving.
Yeah.
And that's where you need to be. And that's unconditional.
Yeah.
That's unconditional love compared to hating. Now you condition it and you cutting it off because you did this to me. But unconditional is when you get past that hurt and you realize it's still a conditionalness that she did have. It's just unfortunately because of this, and this.
Yeah, but either way, I love her now.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, you get past it because at the end of the day, you still family.
You're still family.
Yes,
You're just a different dynamic of family.
Right.
Now, we family. I love you. But now it's changed. You family, but you in the category of relative now.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. It's not like I don't love you anymore. Right. You just not in that immediate circle of family.
You ain't in my baby.
You're a relative now.
Listen, I say all the time about my ex-wife that I'll always be in her corner. And no matter what she needs, or no matter what she's going through, you know, whatever it takes for me to help her and support her,
she needs, so.
I help out with that. My ex-wife live 1,000 miles away, and my kids are grown, so I ain't got you got other kind of problems.
Hey, you this dude that came out.
You got it. Yeah, see, I'm beyond. I'm over the curve. You ain't reached the curve yet.
I'm past the pinnacle.
If she wanted, she could
get it.
Yeah. No, listen. We both own separate homes on separate sides of the country. Our kids is grown. We don't share a bank account. We don't share we don't share no monthly meetings. None of that shit. I can hit it and not speak to her for another 10 years. But I'll send her a piece of change if she needs something.
You sit up.
I said, oh yeah, I sent a piece of change now. You know, put on my insurance plan. I don't know what she needs.
Hey, wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
Insurance plan, because he going to kill it. He said, hey, I don't get it too often. You understand? It's brown and pound.
Oh yeah, listen, it's pound.
Remember this?
Remember why you fell in love with me? Remember what I brought to the table early in the game.
Y'all could have said y'all seen this coming. Y'all had seen it.
Yeah. But listen, this is a real issue, right? People break up all the time. It's 1,000% more breakups than it is divorces, right?
Yeah.
So people break up all the time, and you really ain't got no reason to hold ill will for the person who you used to date. They didn't fit your soul. They didn't fit the thing, that, you know, whatever it was that caused y'all to not to live together. Listen, it's hard to be with one person forever.
Right.
It's really hard. Don't get it twisted. That's not something that just normally happens. I think Jay said it best, that the only way two people can be together forever is that they be under God.
That's right.
It's not natural for people to be together forever like that. And so breakups are going to happen all the time. But you can't have harbor these challenging emotions and feelings about somebody just because they didn't do it your way. It didn't match your life. They brought 6 months or a few years to the table. Nourish that. You know, what did you learn? How did you grow? What fun did you have? You know, find the good in that. But you cannot be holding all of that nonsense against them when they are gone. And that's what this discussion is about.
That's when you don't master your emotions and your emotions become your master.
They do. But you know what, Phil? The most challenging part about that is that we don't know how to heal sometimes.
Yeah, but that's part that's part of looking in the mirror, because it's just like
looking in the mirror ain't easy though.
It's not, but it's just like this right here. If you get upset at your child and you yell and you holler at them, right? So at that point, because of what your son or your child did, you're upset. But instead of coming to him calm, you got upset and you yelled. So that means at that point in time, you're allowing your emotions to master you versus you mastering your emotions.
Okay.
So some people, when you yell at them, they shut down.
Okay.
So what you have to do if you ever get to that point, you apologize and let them know that, hey, not only one, am I not going to verbally abuse you, but number two, I'm showing by example how to master your emotions. So when I come to you for you doing something that I was upset about, let's sit down and talk about it and why you did it.
Okay.
What made you do it?
All right, Buddha. I gotta give it to you on that one. I didn't think you was gonna recover well. I was sitting over here with a whole lot of thoughts about how I'm gonna tear your ass.
Yeah. How the hell can we sit down and I just started hating your ass.
I was about to say, ooh, I'm about to get him.
Listen, this has been our show for tonight. We got to close out. We hope you have enjoyed the show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. We got Buddha in the house. We are here every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook Live. And, of course, please like, share, subscribe. Subscribe. Send it to all your friends and families. Have some other people to come and enjoy this great show of wisdom that we bring to the table. We certainly appreciate you for being here. We love you. And with that, folks, we are out.